Hello everybody and welcome to the first ITK soccer show of the 2017-2018 Premier League and everything else that happens in the football calendar between 2017 and 2018. We're actually watching the Super Cup at the moment. It's almost at half time. Madrid are 1-0 up against United. Who scored the Madrid goal? We've had some awful gremlins in the system. We only got the matches on. Casemiro. John, talk to me there. How are you doing?
I'm worried the mic won't work.
It's not working. Try it again. No, try it again.
Mic isn't working?
No, just fiddle around with it there.
Alright, I'm just going to mess with this wire for a bit.
Yep.
Carry on.
Alright.
I could read out his predictions for him.
Predictions through interpretive dance.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do.
It's half time.
That's brilliant. John?
Hello.
Oh, much better. Dan, how are you?
Fine.
This is excellent. Okay, so we'll start off the prediction show, which we
had to
do.
dust off the mics, that's why we're having such issues this one.
It was simply dust.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's just dust.
So we usually call this a prediction show because we do our predictions, and what a better time than now? Who wants to go first?
This is an awful time to do predictions.
Because of why?
Because there's arguably there's 6 teams that could win the league. And then also only one team seems to have all their transfer business done, and the manager came out and said we need to sell a load of players. So that was Arsene Wenger after the Community Shield.
Sure.
So I was looking at I did mine there. It's like I have no idea.
He may as well just pick them all out of a hat. All these
I think so.
I think with the window the way it is, and the fact that the likes of Sanchez, Coutinho, you don't know who's coming or going. Lamar could be going to Arsenal. It's just you don't know what's actually happening with some of these. So it's impossible to know.
Waiting on the Griezmann deal to be announced, and then that was just going to move everything along.
That was never going to happen.
Well, no, because there was that was basically it, or even the Lukaku to Chelsea. People were like, that'll happen, and then that was it. It was supposed to be like Lukaku would go to Chelsea, Costa would go to Atletico, Griezmann would go to United, and then it would just throw around like that. And
these domino effect things don't really happen very much. Like the Neymar thing, we'll see what happens. But Barca, is that Dembele thing happening for 90 million? I don't know. Is the Coutinho thing going to happen? We're going to talk about that, I'm sure, in depth later. But
well, it's just very difficult to know. And to be honest, I think if whoever does win the prediction, and I'm going to say this including myself, the hell of it's going to be a lot of luck predicting the top 6.
Well, let's get started.
It really is a complete lottery predicting it, and but it's always fun. And
okay.
For all we know, Burnley will win the league or something. So
okay, so get your predictions up there, boys. I will lead us off.
I barely survived Leicester, by the way. If Burnley win the league before Liverpool do, I'm going out to the middle of the sea and plugging out the play.
I have no faith in Burnley, and you'll see that in a moment.
Okay, so who's going first then?
Okay, I will. Sorry, Dan, talk there.
Am I going now with the mic?
Yeah, you need to stay still, it seems.
Right.
Okay, so I will start off with now we went with a top 7 this year. Okay, so my top 7 is.
Do we not do it position to position? Does that how we did it? Like 7, 7, 7.
I think we'll go.
Or we can.
No, let's just.
I think start from 7th.
No, we'll list. Okay, you want to go from 7th? No, we're going to go from top to bottom, and then we can compare and contrast. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go with City.
Okay.
Because I think that they have, by far, signed the best. I think when you look at their attacking options, even as a front 3 position, even with the Nacho gone, it's absolute insanity what they have. There's a really good article on Football 365 today where it talked about, two of their combined age of their 2 main DMCM is 66 with Fernandinho and Yaya, and then their other option is a complete crock, as in Gundogan. But besides that, I think they've spent so much on their defence. Otamendi could have an okay year. Company could come back. That would be huge. Stones could come good. They have their wing back problem, which has been a problem for 2 seasons, or full back problem, sorted out for the most part. Bernardo Silva. And then, as I was saying, with the attack, you've got Jesus, Aguero, Sané, Kevin De Bruyne, Silva, Sterling. So I'm going to go with City. Second, I'm going to go with Spurs. Maybe even though they haven't made many signings this year, I just feel that at least they've only lost Kyle Walker. I don't think this Danny Rose thing is going to go anywhere, and they could sign people in the next week, but I don't think Kyle Walker makes or break them, and I still think that every team will be getting used to new players or missing old ones, whereas I think Spurs can stay the same.
Do you not think Wembley will be an issue?
I suppose it was a bit of an issue last year.
It was a big issue last year in the
But then
Champions
again,
League.
other teams have to go to Wembley.
Yeah.
My issue is that a lot of teams going to Wembley now will never, like, a lot of their players.
I think it was a cup final.
Yeah,
like.
because they
Yeah.
never get to play in Wembley. But the thing is that I don't think I've seen a good match at Wembley lately. You don't get a lot of
No.
good ones, and it's not a great pitch. So
Pitch is
maybe
shit,
Spurs
yeah.
will get a hang of it, but I think it'll cost them a few points. But I think the top 6 will get less points this year than they did last year.
I'm going to go 3 United. I think if they get like Herrera, Matic, or Fellaini, Matic, proper partnership in the centre, move Pogba up to number 10 with Mata to come in if Pogba's not there, or Pogba to drop back for home games, even in the midfield too. And if you get Rashford, Martial and Lukaku, at least 2 of the 3 of them playing good to well every week, you're going to score. So I'm going to go United there. I guess I didn't talk about Spurs in the Champions League, but it depends when they go out. I'm going to go Liverpool 4th. Obviously, this is my heart over my head, perhaps, but I think it all is based on if they lose Coutinho or not. I don't think any other team has lost their best player or will lose their best player except Liverpool. Sanchez is still a question mark. Ozil's going to stay on for Arsenal. You could call Chelsea and what happens with replacing Costa, as in Morata coming good, or Hazard's commitment or whatever. But that's why I have Chelsea in 5th. So I'm going Chelsea 5th because I just feel they haven't strengthened properly and they'll be really stretched compared to last year. Whereas at least Liverpool have sorted out a shitload of fullback problems, and Mohamed Salah has been probably the most impressive Premier League signing in pre-season. Arsenal, I'm going with 6th. I think Lacazette can definitely get 15 goals, but Giroud got that 2 seasons ago and they finished 4th. So I don't see anything happening except bad stuff to Arsenal if Sanchez does go, and I don't think that they've strengthened enough. And as you said earlier, John, he's said he could sell a lot of players. And 7th, I'm going with West Ham.
Okay.
Mourinho picked West Ham a few weeks ago as a surprise package, and I'm having West Ham here.
They're playing them to start the very first game.
Of course that is. But I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go West Ham over Everton, even though Everton have been as shrewd as you can be.
They're always 7th as well.
And they're always 7th. So there we go, guys. Who wants to go next?
Right,
I'll go next.
Okay, John, fire ahead.
Dan will talk for longer. I stuck with. I'm going to just go with the 7th at first for a bit of excitement.
Just speak up a little bit there, John.
Never. I have Everton 7th. I just think there was such a massive gap between them and everyone else last year. I think even with the Europa League, my only question is they did sell Lukaku and replace him with Rooney, and they did buy about 8 attacking mids, and it looks like they're selling Barkley. But I think they've strengthened their defence. Their goalkeeper was one of the worst Premier League goalkeepers I ever saw last year, and they brought Pickford in, who was a bit short but is a good. So I think they'll be more solid at the back, and I think they'll pick up the points needed. And again, there was such a massive gap. In 6th, I have Liverpool. I don't think they fixed any of the issues that they had last year. I think that they.
Can I ask you something? I just obviously have to chime in as a Liverpool fan, right? Is this like in your head with Van Dijk signing and Coutinho staying, or are you just playing your bet safe, going, I don't know what's going to happen?
I think those two don't matter. I think
Jesus.
I think that Liverpool are.
Well, Van Dijk's fixing a problem,
They
right?
have.
Van Dijk's fixing one of the problems he said hasn't been addressed.
Maybe, but I think even with Klopp, I think the way he manages, I don't think it matters. I think Salah looks a great signing, especially with the money going around. I think he was an absolute steal. But and if we can keep Mane for the entire season, they might do well. My issue is that they're still very shaky at the back. They're still very light. Like Lallana got injured and everyone hit panic stations. He played Milner in centre midfield in there to try it, who hasn't played there for a year. I just don't think Liverpool are going to have a very good season. I have Chelsea in 5th. I've never seen champions get rid of some of their best players so quickly. Hazard's out for a few months. Costa, I don't think will play for Chelsea again. I do not like Morata. I think he's very weak, and I think he's pushed. He's already been told he has to strengthen up. I think their squad, like Cahill said it after the Charity Cup, he said that Arsenal have twice the squad we do. Conte wore a tracksuit, which is the Jose Mourinho I'm giving up. He's also, spoilers, my first manager to be sacked. I've Arsenal at fourth. I think Lacazette might improve them, but I just think Wenger knows how to get teams into fourth, and I think he'll be able to stick with it. I have City in third. I understand where you're coming from, Neil, with your they've improved. I don't think they have. I think John Stones is still a mess. I don't know this keeper very well. I think Kyle Walker is 50 million for like the coyote from fucking cartoons. He runs fast.
That coyote.
That coyote fella. He runs fast. He can barely cross the ball. Man City's main problem last year was their midfield. He has not improved that whatsoever.
Bernardo Silva.
Isn't he like an attacking right wing though?
He can play at the top of the midfield.
He's a good player anyway.
Anyway, I have Spurs in second. I question yours, even though I completely agree with it. No, because that's the thing I was thinking about. I do think it'll cost them about 10 points this year, but I think
So you think they'll still be best of the rest?
Yeah, I think they still have a solid thing,
Yeah.
and I think
City
they'll do.
tomorrow.
And I have United in first.
Yeah,
You fucking mental. Dan?
I think Mourinho knows how to win trophies, and I think that they've probably strengthened their team better than anyone else has. And also, because it's fucking football, and it's because United and just golden pissing rain just lands on them all the time, Ibra will come out of January and be like, "Oh, just stay for the rest of the season," and carry them to the
I
fucking
think
Premier
he
League
could do
title.
that. Right, so I'm going to do what John did and 7. So
Do you not think that going in reverse spoils your number one? Like, because it's a process of elimination. At least if you go from 1 to 7, you're keeping everyone guessing.
really, no.
Just
Fine.
because you had a West Ham to drag out of God knows where, doesn't mean
I really wanted to put the
Right,
cherry on
so
the West Ham.
7th is Everton because they're just better than everyone else. Like West Brom finished 8th, didn't they? But they were like 15 points behind them.
It was pretty big.
They probably
So like, and then Everton were like 10 points behind Man United. So like, you know, really, like Everton, they probably have a better team, but they'll miss Lukaku's goals.
Yeah.
6th, I actually have the champions Chelsea, and this is
We
before
all have
anyone-
Chelsea out of the top 4. That's
well, I saw them at the Community Shield, and I was very worried about Conte. Actually did a little bit of homework on Sunday night, had a few beers by myself, and it's all the press conferences he's had for the last month or two. He is not a happy man, and I think there's something serious going on there, and it will
It's
implode.
interesting.
Did you hear
We've
what
all
he said
picked.
about Matic? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
it's weird telling him to arrive, and he's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know why they did that.
yeah. No, they sold him behind his back. So look, we'll get on to that proper, but I think Chelsea are in complete meltdown at the moment, and they could be. 5th, I'm gonna go Liverpool, purely because I think you've a decent start 11. I think Klopp gets so much out of your guys, and Salah's a good sign. And if Coutinho stays, obviously it'll help. Coutinho isn't going to help, but if he goes, whatever, and the uncertainty. But I think your squad is just so weak. Like I know you guys think it's strong, but I
think it's mega
Did you
strong.
listen to my argument?
I really
Yeah.
think Neil,
I
it's
completely
Neil.
disagree with you.
Neil, and I don't know what you're talking about the full back areas. Like I know he signed Robertson, but like that's it. Like I
Okay,
think
okay. Can I respond?
Yeah.
Just in the full back areas, right? So he came out and he said that he's 100% committed to Moreno now. Moreno's no longer for sale, right? So on your left back options, you've got Millie, Moreno, Flanagan, and on your right
Robertson.
and Robertson, and then your right back options, you've got Flanagan, Klein, and Arnold and Gomez. So that's
They're not
it's
great,
so
though,
much.
Neil.
Well,
They're not
it's a
great,
hell of a
like.
better position than we were. You're most likely going to find somebody you can rest your hat on once a week out of those 4. You'll find 2 good players out of those 7 that you'll be fine to say, okay, this is my starting lineup.
There's bigger issues than that. I think,
Look,
in my
I
view.
understand the defense thing.
Well,
when I put
it's-
Liverpool in 4th, I'm talking about the idea of Van Dijk signing. I am talking about Van Dijk signing because I still think it's the biggest problem area.
we don't know who's going to sign for who or who's going to leave.
Well, it's fairly obvious where he wants to go.
Well, Chelsea could come in with a bid. You don't know.
The final 6 months of last season, I was closer to putting Liverpool topper and higher up on my list because they were getting some really good wins towards the end of last season. Like they got 1-0 away at Watford and West Brom, and they beat Stoke away. And like these are all tough games. Quiet. But Liverpool, when Lallana and Coutinho were out, and their midfield was Chan, Wijnaldum, or Grujic, or whoever, There's just no creativity in that team. And Coutinho, I know he's getting hyped up in the press now because Barcelona want to pay money, but he has not had a consistent 36 or 38 games.
He's still a B.
He's
He's still your solid 12, B player.
12
he's
great
not an A
games
player.
Yeah.
10 good.
Well, I would disagree last year if he didn't get injured in January. Like, I think he was on his way last year to being midfielder of the year, besides like Ericsson maybe. And then when he got injured, he never.
Kante won Player of the Year last year. So
sorry, okay, attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
And then he never had the chance to come back. Like, look, Barcelona have had a lot of clangers when it comes to signing people, you know. But I do feel that there's a reason he's the most closely linked with them out of all the available players. And there's a lot of available players to them.
Well, look.
Anyway, don't spend too long on Liverpool. You keep going there.
We'll see what happens anyway. But I just think your squad overall was stretched last year, and you haven't replenished it with enough quality to kick on. I hope I'm wrong because I'd like to see as well. Forward, I've actually gone Spurs forward. I think Wembley's going to kill them, and I think that they haven't strengthened their team as well.
Yeah.
So I just think that I know they lost Walker. Like, they got 50 million for him. They did well there, but
do you think Barkley would make a difference to that?
Barkley will go in. Yeah, like Barkley's a good player, but he's not like they will probably buy. They always buy late anyway. But I just think the stadium could kill them. And I think last season, if they hadn't gone into Wembley and they had that money to pump into a squad, they'd be really challenging for title. I just think it's the wrong time for them to move into that stadium. So I think they'll probably still top four, but they were so poor at Wembley, and I think that Pochettino is probably working with his hands tied a lot. So I think they'll just scrape it in. I'm gonna go Arsenal third, only because Wenger pretty much says that he's not really going to do anything with the Europa League, so he's going to go and challenge. Look at all the teams who've been out of the Champions League the last 3 years have all got back in it pretty okay. So and I think Ozil and Lacazette I think will be a good partnership. I think Sanchez will stay, and I don't think he'll be moaning either. I think he's a good pro. I think he'll get on with it, even if he goes to the end of the season for free.
If he does go, do you think PSG will come in from you?
PSG have any more
I
money?
don't think PSG would be allowed for FFP, surely. I don't know. Well,
I don't know how they're.
Well, I think if he
allowed to do
I
that.
don't know. Well, look, I don't think he's going to go personally. They are still linked with Thomas Lemar of Monaco, and if they want to sell, I think like there's likes of
just 7.
And they got Kolasinac as well. He actually looks like a beast at the back. Anyway.
Well, I sort of disagree with you. I know Wenger. I didn't see Wenger saying it, but he's not going to focus on the Europa League. But the idea of it still affected teams traveling. Like he's not going to be able to leave.
Speaking of squads, like they have a massive squad or something.
That's why they're fourth in mine.
Well, I think like they'll put out like Jack Wilshere and people like that. Like he'll literally he won't be playing his main team. I think like
Ramsey, in terms of Santi to come back, Xhaka.
Well, like the Coquelin and any like they've got 6 centre halves. Like they've 6 centre halves.
Mustafi, Konchesky, Mertesacker. What? Koscielny, sorry. Mertesacker,
Chambers, Holding, Gabriel.
Holding, yeah. The guy who filled in the
Holding
in the
Kolasinac.
yeah, where's he playing?
He's a left back or left wing back, but he looks pretty good.
He does, yeah.
So I just think their squad will take them there, to be honest. And I think Lacazette's a good signing. And I think the 3 at the back helps Sanchez and Ozil if they both play and stay there to have the free roles. So I think they'll do well. I'm going to put Man United because I really I put them second. I think Matic is a good buy. I think him, Pogba and Herrera, it'll, if Pogba doesn't have a good season this year, he's a fraud. They've got 2 workhorses behind him. I think Genrio is better in the second season Mourinho teams. The Zlatan thing as well, he's, by Christmas he is fit again. I think he'll go back, as John said. They're going to keep the number 10 jersey. They're still linked with Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
I think they might be finished. And City, because I think they're the only team who are going into the season with not saying problems, but I think you can pick major flaws in the other top 5 teams. I think there's always flaws in all of them, but I think Man City are going in.
What's the major United flaw?
I think they were so far behind everyone last year. They were not good. People are forgetting this. They were way off the pace.
But do you think they could jump to second just because of?
I think because there's other team people have problems. I think Chelsea have issues on and off the field. Liverpool don't have the squad. I think Spurs transitioning to Wembley back, not really buying anyone. I think that could affect them. Arsenal might just sneak in there, but they're still not going to win the league. I can say they won't win the league, but I think any of the others could, if that makes sense.
Huh.
And Man United, then I think by default they'll get second. They have a decent squad. They've bought some good players. I don't know what this new Lindelof fella's like, but Swedish guys have got good mentality, so give them a shot. They still have De Gea and goal. I think they've got issues, but I think they're. I think City are going in. They've addressed issues. They got full backs they needed. You know, it looks like Aguero saying Gabriel Jesus now he's going to be fit going into the season, pre-season. Yet they've got a new goalkeeper. Don't know what he's like, but they've addressed all the issues they had. So that's why I've gone for City.
They got rid of Jesus Navas.
They still got
Nasri. They've your favourite player.
Nasri's back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've Nasri. They've your favourite player. So.
Do you not think that's a lot of players to bet in?
Do it. Say again.
City. Do you not think that's a lot of players to bet in?
No.
You know what I mean? Like with United, it's the United's problem last year. They wear off the pace, but he'll do what he does against the big teams, and Matic will only help that, and he'll get points off all of them. And then Lukaku will do what he does and score goals against minnow teams and get the points.
So wait, you're saying that City brought too many players in?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my...
Their entire defence is now done.
Yeah, but my answer to you is that all their fullbacks, all four of their fullbacks who they've had for the last fucking 5 seasons are old and shit, and they've replaced that.
Like
So
the midfield is now.
that's a plus. Bernardo Silva gives proper competition to Raheem Sterling. Kevin De Bruyne and Sané are incredible competition for each other on the other side. Jesus or Gabriel Jesus without injury gives proper competition to Aguero. It's as clever signings as I've seen.
Pep
in my opinion,
there, he's been there, and I thought
the youth on that attacking line is incredible.
I think they're there now with a year with Guardiola. Now, obviously, if Guardiola fails this season, I don't think it would be a failure if he didn't win the league as well. For some of the money spent and the resources he has. But
yes, it should be noted that they broke the Kaká Ronaldo year for Madrid as the most money spent in the summer. Wait, no, with PSG maybe
PSG
done it because it won't go. Okay, right, we don't need to be as detailed on these next ones.
I think it's interesting though. We've all picked different. You picked City to win the league, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So City, Man United,
and we all picked Chelsea to drop out.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it's worth a shout, to be honest. I think. Well, and look, they could go crazy and buy 3 or 4 top players, but I always said last year for the whole of this thing, and you guys gave me not a bit of abuse for it, but saying, "Oh, they're fine." They don't have a squad. They did not have a squad last year.
Yeah, but I was only talking about the context of last year.
Yeah, but I always said they needed about 7 or 8 players this season,
and I did not disagree with that.
All they've done is literally sold Matic.
I disagree with that, but I didn't expect them to sell Matic. I didn't expect them to sell Matic. Looks like Costa will never play again. Hazard's injured. He's also linked with Barcelona.
I don't think Hazard.
I really think that Hazard's the answer for that third man in Barcelona. I can't think of anybody better.
Yeah, well,
if Chelsea let him go, like relegation candidates with the way their dressing room works.
Did you Conte's his whole demeanor and
demeanor? Yeah,
he wore a suit to every match last year, and then Charity Cup.
He said publicly he contemplated leaving this summer. Like, look, we'll get to that because
text message thing with Costa
at least 2
or
3 exactly.
Someone's gone over his head there.
Well, people have been. Well, the Matic thing is another. We'll get to him when we get to manager because John, you mentioned something about it earlier. We don't have to be as detailed in our next predictions here. We'll go slightly more quick fire here.
Right, sure. I'll go first this time, and we'll work backwards.
Okay, Dan, give me your 3 teams who will be relegated this year when you're ready.
I'm going to say Huddersfield.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope they go down. I've said Watford for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, so just don't do it. Just don't do it.
But they have a good manager in Silva. So there's 4 of them. It's either Burnley, Watford, Swansea, and Brighton. So I'll go Burnley and Watford.
So hold on, Huddersfield, Burnley,
and Watford.
No, wait! Don't do Watford.
Well, they were absolutely terrible last season.
All right,
they were so bad, and they just stayed in the league in mid-table for the whole year.
Me and Dan were almost on the exact same page. I have Huddersfield, Swansea, and Burnley. John,
I have Huddersfield. I have Huddersfield. None of us expect much from them. I have Watford because I don't think the manager's that good.
You don't like Silva?
No, I think he did fine, and then he had a couple of matches where he had to get points. Like he lost to Sunderland. I think he was the only manager to do so. So I think whatever. And then I think Stoke will go down.
I was actually, I was saying
Stoke
Stoke
a lot
as
of big players.
Stoke as a team who will they're going the wrong way. So, but they're one of those teams though. They're
Is it
finishing
because
ninth
they,
every year, and now they've maxed it, and then everyone's like, Arnautovic is like, well,
Yes, it's because they
sold.
sold Arnautovic to 7th place West Ham.
But they got rid of Arnautovic. They got rid of.
Chikorito, by the way, great signing.
West Ham.
He's in my fancy.
I'm
He's
fucking
in
telling
everyone's
you.
fantasy. He's very cheap. But they got rid of Arnautovic. They got rid of Walters. I think they got rid of Whelan as well.
They've lost a lot of
these are just
experience,
players that I think would get them. Like like they're not even Stoke anymore. I don't know what they are. I don't know if they brought anyone in. I just really don't think.
I
they
don't
I
even
was
know if they're
looking at they
Stoke
haven't-
anymore.
They haven't really brought anyone in.
It's sad. It's like losing a Premier League staple.
I
Stoke
don't think
don't
they'll
feel
go
like
down,
Premier
but I
League staple to me.
I think in
What?
2 years'
They don't
time
feel like
they're
Premier League staple to me.
They're not a good.
Like
staple.
Villa were a Premier League staple, right? Not
They were-
Stoke.
they were-
Oh my god! I watched
Villa
them this
were-
weekend. Oh, like Bonlahor and John Terry, absolute definition of pace.
They brought on Chris Samba and put him up front. Chris Samba's bought as a striker.
Oh, do they still have Ross Barkley? Not Ross Barkley.
Ross Barkley?
Ross McCormick.
Yes,
Oh wow.
he is
The
still
man
there.
who couldn't go to training because he couldn't jump over.
He
a
got
2
over the
foot
wall eventually. Yeah.
League Cup, John.
Newcastle.
John, are you just guessing? You're
I
not.
forgot
You don't
about
have
the
any
cups.
notes.
Shit. I forgot about the cups.
Oh, so we're all just guessing. Okay, Dan.
Alright, give me a minute. I forgot about the League Cup.
Okay, you're going with Newcastle. I knew that you were going to pick Rafa to win a cup. I have this in my notes.
I don't think Rafa will last the season there.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Too many spoilers on this managerial
because
stuff.
Mourinho fucking loves that trophy. But
I'm going with Liverpool. I think the only thing that will happen this year for Liverpool is the League Cup.
that's to be honest, that's an absolute Liverpool season. That like finish outside the top 4, but League Cup is like.
Well, I still think they're finishing just about in the top 4, but it all depends on
That's a hell of
Coutinho.
a season. I take that season.
Uh,
I take that season.
If Coutinho goes, I'm going League Cup, nothing else. League Cup 9th.
I take a trophy.
West Ham top 4.
Klopp lifting a trophy would
Seriously.
be fine.
Klopp lifting it. Yeah. Okay, Dan.
League Cup. I'll go Liverpool. They've gone close last 2 years, so
Yeah, they have got. To
they've gone close the
The
last few
thought
years.
going into this.
And
Klopp
Klopp
loves it.
realizes now that there's 2 games as a semi-final.
I'm
so-
hoping. I'm hoping that Klopp fucking learns that do not do well in the League Cup because that January is an absolute bollocks with FA Cup
and all the
League
FA Cup
semi-finals,
replays going to
and all the
Exeter and
matches.
Plymouth.
Yeah,
and
like fuck that. Just Klopp.
We did see David Origi looking world class against Southampton 2 seasons
Although
ago.
I said that. I said that.
6-1.
Oh, never forget.
I said that like at our season review last thing that Liverpool and Spurs played each other, and I think it would have been a closer. They would have been a lot closer in the league if Spurs had won that day instead of Daniel Sturridge
And-
doing his thing.
Yeah, I agree. FA Cup. I will go. I think United are going to win the FA Cup. Easy. Lads, we've talked about doing this for a week.
I ran through the things earlier and there was no mention of cup. So
You ran through them in a mental order. I did my best to keep up.
Spurs.
Newcastle, is it, John?
Spurs.
I hope you're writing this down.
I am. I listen to it.
I'm not.
John
doing that.
does this.
I wouldn't
listen
have
to-
any interest.
Poch has never won a trophy before, and I don't think he can. But I'm going with him.
I'm gonna
They play
go-
Wembley every
I'm
year.
gonna go Spurs because they will be playing in Wembley for the whole year, and if they do get to semi-finals, they should know how to play there by April, May.
Okay, let's
And
stick with.
again, they won't win the league, so they'll win a cup
Okay.
to bring into their new stadium.
Do you not think
let's-
Poch will throw away the cup like he does?
Why would he throw away the cup?
He does it like every single
We
season.
got to the semi-final last year,
Oh, he did.
but you can't just say Spurs with the better team.
Okay, we'll stick with the Premier League before we do Championship and Champions League stuff. Surprise package. So the how we qualified this was you have to finish above 14th if you're coming from the Championship, or you have to jump over, or sorry, 4 places or more in your season finish the year before. So I'm going to go with my lads for 7th, who finished I believe 11th or 12th last year, so they just about qualify. West Ham. Surprise package. West Ham.
Didn't West Ham almost get relegated last year? Like, didn't they get very close?
No.
and won 2
They
matches
weren't doing
towards the
well
end
at
of
the
it?
start, but
No,
by
they-
Christmas they were fine.
They were.
No, I don't think that's true at all. I think they were. I think they were very close to relegation. Do you remember, like the end of there was like 8 teams that could have gone down, like
Okay.
theoretically, and then
Yeah.
just Hull and Sunderland were like, "What if we don't get points anymore?"
All you're doing is making my surprise package pick even more surprise packagey.
I think that. No, I think Chikorito's a good signing.
Can you really be this objective against what I'm saying when you haven't even written down your answers?
Well, I was gonna go West
No,
Ham
that's
myself for the
That's right, Dan. See, Dan did this in
I
advance.
do the same team every year, except for the 1 year I couldn't.
Leicester or Dave Nugent.
Dave Nugent and Leicester, and now Newcastle.
This Rafa love has never left.
I think.
So what? Rafa, he's gonna win the FA Cup, and no,
he's
you
going to
said
win
that.
the League Cup.
No, he said he's going to win.
That's
So
a surprise package.
okay.
What a crack.
okay, so by John's calculations, Rafa's going to win the League Cup, and he's going to finish no lower than 14th. I can see Newcastle finishing no lower than 14th.
Yeah,
actually.
I think they will. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Premier League top scorer, Premier League Golden Boot. I'm going to go with the real deal,
One season wonder.
except for all the other times he wasn't.
Who?
Harry Kane.
Yeah. I've got Kane as well.
Oh, me and Dan's predictions are eerily close this year. Go on,
But like
John.
every time I've picked Aguero, Kane's gone in and won it. Well, no, Lukaku won it last year, didn't he?
No, Kane.
Oh yeah, Kane won on the run. Yeah,
That was my joke when John said he did it once. Go on.
What?
Horse. Who's your one?
I already said Harry Kane.
No, we said Harry Kane. I say Kane, you say Harry. I say Harry, you say.
Redknapp.
Thank you. Premier League assist.
I'm going for a guy who won it 2 years ago, Mesut Ozil.
Sorry, I'm just okay. Go on, John.
What's so funny about that?
There's nothing funny about that.
Football and De Bruyne.
Okay,
Was
I'm
my
going to
pick
go
last
with the
year.
man who is playing a lot in regards to my overall predictions. I have Swansea in my relegation 3 because I feel that Gylfi Sigurdsson is going to
You
sign
never
for.
gave you a relegation tree.
I did, Dan. They
Did-
were almost the exact same as yours. That's
Who are they?
why
Swansea.
Huddersfield, Swansea, and Burnley.
Oh yeah.
Because that's why I was saying don't pick Watford because you said Swansea and we would have had the same 3, which would have made it really
Now
funny.
Sigurdsson, he's going to Everton.
Yeah, Dan's just not listening to me. So when Sigurdsson goes to Everton, it's going to cause
You give out
Swansea
when I argue
to
everything
be-
you
to
say.
be
You give out
relegated.
when Dan doesn't listen. Like, what do you want from us, Neil?
just a little middle ground. So I'm going to with Gylfi Sigurdsson playing for Everton, absolutely putting those balls up to Wayne Ruru
Do you
for
not see a
assist
problem with
leader.
that, do you?
Huh?
Do you not see a problem
Rooney
with that?
can't move.
What's the problem?
Sigurdsson can move faster than Rooney.
Yeah, but he'll play in a less
What are
advanced
Rooney's
position.
last 2 seasons? Do you think that someone behind
Did you
you?
not see him score 30 yards on his re-debut?
Oh, can we not
Rooney's
talk
going to come
about this?
good, mate. He'll be back to 87 in FIFA and all that stuff.
That to be honest, yeah, that is going to happen.
I honestly see Rooney scoring 10 goals this year.
10 goals.
At least he'd be playing.
10 goals is fine. He's going to play every game, and they have Europa League.
So you're going for Sigurdsson
I'm
or
going
Rooney?
Gylfi Sigurdsson. No, nothing to do with Rooney. Leave Rooney out of this. I'm going
Did
to
you happen to? By the way, did you happen to watch Everton's Europa League qualifiers?
No, sir.
I did.
How is
Good
it?
luck with that.
Yeah, because they don't have Gylfi pulling
They
them
are
strings.
so slow. Like,
Well, Balassi will be back.
I feel like I was starting a joke there. Like, how slow are they?
Who's playing as centre forward?
Sandro Ramirez, I got him off Malaga.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Rooney. Rooney's not. Is Rooney playing number 10 again? Yeah.
Yeah,
They've got like
centre midfield.
they've got that Klassen fella they bought off
Klassen's
Ajax.
good. He's good.
They got Sigurdsson and they've got Rooney. They've got 3 number 10s.
I was going to go through the signings club by club, but
Tell you a dark horse for the Ericsson for the
well, he's not really dark horse because he won it last year,
No, he didn't. De Bruyne won it last year.
except for Ericsson who won it last year. Because
No,
I looked it up today before I
Did you,
picked
De Bruyne
him.
won it last
did you
year.
hear that, like, coming out of United, that, like, someone didn't want Lacazette because he has, like, no fitness and can't finish and
Well,
really poor work
who's
ethic?
this someone?
Mourinho, obviously, but, like, it's like one of those. And also,
It's because he's small.
he's
Here,
bu-
listen, Dan,
he's also
check that out.
behind Giroud in, like, the French national
Yeah,
team.
it's
So is he
weird.
just better because he's quick? Or? Like, yeah, I
He's
know he
definitely-
hit the post in the Community Shield. So
He
he's
is. He's a
alright,
good. I think he'd be
but I
perfect
think
for Arsenal.
Arsenal were dreadful in the second half trying to break down teams. And if that's... I know they didn't
Well,
have...
they didn't have the 2 best players. I think they'll be.
I thought they were alright in the first half, I just don't think.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry.
I could
But
see-
that Courtois penalty was hilarious.
yeah, they
Yeah.
had 3 play. I hate this ABBA system. Like, I'll get used to it. I just don't
You
like
hate the what system?
I like it.
Sam
I
was
think
saying
it's
the
better.
ABBA system.
Who's sorry? Abba?
It's
Penalties.
a new penalty system.
Oh Jesus!
I think it's
It's
much
a mind
better.
fuck, isn't it?
Much. It's not really.
Well, it's you're used to it. It's like going to that mom and pop shop to buy your penny sweets, and then the next day it's a Starbucks. It is a bit different. You've been there.
No.
Okay. Next up, might have to take a break here, lads, so I can turn on the light. Next up, oh no, wait. When we do first manager sacked, this is specifically Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this would be the last Premier League prediction of the prediction show.
No, the player of the season as well.
You said that, but yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
got a
see-
yes earlier, so I
we
have
s-
mine prepared.
See,
Well,
how
Dan
do
is-
we
if Dan is his.
how do we qualify this?
Whoever wins PFA Player of the Year. At the end
Oh,
of
it's
the
the
season.
PFA.
Yes. Not just our. Oh well, I'm going to pick this guy.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to do the Players'
No.
Player of the Year.
No,
Or
the
the
PFA. The
PFA.
PFA player.
It's an honest question. Or
PFA.
statistically the best player on whoscored.com.
No,
There's
no.
3 different
No, we're not
criteria.
doing that.
Well, Dan,
do
you
PFA.
you
Do
it's
PFA
important to
Player of the
qualify.
Year.
PFA
this.
Player of the Year.
I would say then that the PFA player of this year will be Pogba.
Mine.
I was honestly going to say the exact same thing.
I have Kevin De Bruyne. I think
suppose
he
we'll
could be a
see the
star this season.
Don't say Kevin De Bruyne.
I wasn't. I was saying Pogba.
Oh, so you're
I
sticking?
did.
You're sticking?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Next up, we will move away from the Premier League after manager sacks. I have Antonio Conte.
We all have Conte.
This is incredible.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to
I thought you guys would
No.
have some lower league guy
No, and there you
or
go.
lower
There's the
table
proof.
guy. Well, there we go.
I was close to going.
I think Rafa could be
Village.
a dark horse.
Well, it depends. Like if they're like
Well, he's fallen out with the board.
but if they're 12th in January, they're not going to sack him.
Well, no, but he'll walk. He could walk though. Like no, but he's threatening to walk
He's not
already.
a walker. He's not a walker.
He's threatened to go twice already.
Three
Three
times.
times
He wouldn't
since-
walk mid-season. Is my point.
He would.
When's he ever
I-
done that?
I think he would. No, but
He's never done that.
I think he likes his big payoffs. Isn't he on like an 18-year contract or something? I know Newcastle gives league contracts.
18 years. Okay, moving on to the continent. Champions League winner.
I think the best team is still Real Madrid, but I just can't see them doing 3 in a row. I know we all said this last year.
Yeah, it'd be
And
tough.
I'm going for a bit of magic. Team that's been pushing and been trying really hard and keeps getting rejected, but he's just going to slip in there. I think Atletico Madrid are going to do it this year.
Finally.
Yeah.
Again. All right. I'm going to go with, just because I picked them the last 3 years in a row, Munich. Bayern.
To be honest, I think.
Sorry, Dan, what were you saying to me? Sorry there. No, not at all. Not at all,
Mario Gomez.
Don't look at it.
Mario Gomez.
Yeah. Okay, Dan.
Champions League winner. I still think the best team in Europe is actually Madrid, but I can't 3 in a row. So I'm gonna go Bayern. They haven't won it in a while. Don't think there's any standing team in Europe.
Literally have the same predictions, mate.
At least I shook it up a bit by not preparing.
Shake that dick. Cristiano Ronaldo I have as the Champions League top scoring man.
Yeah, same.
Daniel.
Can't remember who I picked, so I'm gonna have a look. I chose
No.
Neymar.
Oof.
Well, you know
Earning that Ballon d'Or.
that's what he wants, isn't he? He wants to be the main man. So
Was this Neymar Junior or Neymar his father?
Or Neymar senior. Or Neymar classic is short. Cool.
You know,
Both.
Neymar got more money for selling his son than Chelsea got for selling Matic.
Is Neymar his agent his daddy?
yeah,
Mm,
he was the guy kind of involved in the dodgy deal Santos had as well.
Okay.
The dodgy deal that you refused to admit because it was to Barcelona. No,
No, well, there was
Did I
money
question
going missing
that?
though.
Okay. Champions League top assists. I'm going with Messi.
Isco.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, you know who I picked.
Who did you pick?
Mario Gomez.
Messi.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan's mic is fact, so we're gonna wrap up the wrap up this preview show. But at least we got everything in. John, before we finish up, anything that you'd like to say that's been intriguing for you this summer, football wise? Any wacky signings? Douglas Costa going to Juventus? Anything that you want to talk
Juventus have signed some decent
about?
players.
They really have.
Yeah, I like just the terrible forwards that seem to be getting big moves, like Morata and Lacazette and.
Pass your mic to
Lukaku
Dan there.
and-
Just for a sec, I want to hear Dan's opinion on Morata. I think that he would favour him more than you. Dan, is Morata a shy pick?
Morata?
You just turned that around there. Is Morata as weak as John is saying?
Don't think he suits Chelsea.
Ah,
I think he'd be better with Man United.
yeah,
But
yeah. Ooh.
I think he's not fit as well. He's miles off and fat. So I think he will be good with a different team.
Okay, lads. Anything else before we wrap it up? At least we got through all the predictions for the technical glitches that have been coming together. So, anything else, lads?
No?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, grab a
mic.
grab a microphone there.
How much money do you think Chelsea paid Nike for that blue T-shirt?
Blue T-shirt.
Did you see their kit? It's like, what do you want in the kit, lads? Just blue. Do you want the logo on it? Yeah, I suppose. And the crest? Yeah. That it? Yeah, like there's no design, there's no anything. It's just a blue T-shirt.
I think it looks pretty good though, doesn't it?
No.
Is it too 2017 for you?
Yeah, it's too hipstery.
It is quite hipstery.
See some of that. You see Conte wearing it, smoking a vape after he quits. Just like.
Is Conte on the vape now, is he?
I assume so. Why is so miserable?
Oh, good point. All right, guys. Well, that is our prediction show. We will be back watching Liverpool's Champions League qualifier next Tuesday with our very first roundup of
We didn't pick championship winner.
match day 1 in Premier League. Hand that over to Dan. We didn't.
Just want me to say it first.
No, well, I'll say mine, but while you're in transition, see, look, you're pulling the bloody Wizard of Oz curtain behind when you shouldn't. Now, that was really bad. I shouldn't have said that, right? What was the right way to say that? Not the Wizard of Oz curtain. Pulling back the curtain, revealing the wizard. This is kind of like earlier when you went to say Wile E. Coyote, but you said that Coyote cartoon man or whatever you said. Okay. I'm going to go with Hull.
No way.
Hull! Dan! Oh God, you're so much louder than John. Yeah, I'm going to go with Hull. I think they're going straight back up. Relight my fire. Who are you going with, Dan?
That's Snake in Middlesbrough.
That snaky Middlesbrough.
Leeds to finish 6th.
So, but will they get up?
Absolutely not.
Who-
Their managers are.
Potato. Go ahead.
I think Wednesday are the best team and they'll do it.
I know.
But I think so. I think they are. But yeah, but Middlesbrough were always the best team and then just did nothing last year, and I think they'll do. And I think they have a terrible manager.
Okay, so we're going with
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday, Middlesbrough,
It's for your Yorkshire team.
and I'm going with Hull.
I was going to say it'll all come down to this since you and Dan have the same predictions. But basically, Dan's going to win again because you threw it away there.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in to the prediction show. We will post the fantasy football code between now and, I guess, Saturday at 11:30. Enjoy the first week of
Friday.
Premier League fixtures. Oh, is it Friday? It has to be, Mike?
Arsenal.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's starting on Friday
That'll be a
afternoon.
great game.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Tuesday with our roundup of the first week's action of the Premier League and all the transfer news and stuff like that. Until then, like the Facebook page and check us out on Twitter /ITK.
Mario Gomez.